when you look down, the majority of people, it's underdeveloped. It's like chicken legs. Messi doesn't need to take care of his body because Messi's strongest muscle is his brain. Do you have to take a protein shake immediately after your training?
No. Train less, try to improve your lifestyle, then start training more.
Big man, Kevin. They always ask, who coaches the coach? So there you are.
Oh yeah, it is a pleasure. But before we start, I had a very long day. So please don't roast me.
No, man. In front of the camera, I'm the nicest. Only behind the camera that you experience me, the other version that people should not see.
Okay.
Ahlan wa sahlan.
Thank you.
Kevin from Lebanon.
Yeah.
First of all, I repeat, I'm really sorry about what's happening in Lebanon and Palestine. It's crazy. It breaks my heart. I hate to say it is what it is, but unfortunately the world does not care. I really hope we can do something for the kids in Palestine and Lebanon soon. Other than that, Kevin, you're a fitness coach. You are a trainer. Or if I want to be very specific, you're the guy between...
We usually say it, but now we're trying to avoid it so that
No,
people
say
will not
that,
take it.
that's your strength.
Yeah,
Because, sorry, before you say it, Kevin, everybody in this city is a trainer. In
True.
Dubai, everyone, like my dead grandma, if she was alive, she would come to Dubai and say, I'm a trainer. Unfortunately, anybody who hit the gym is a trainer. So your strength is not just training, building muscles, all those stuff. You're very specific in what you do, and you're really good at that. We'll talk about that. So you are the guy between?
A doctor and a trainer.
All right. Which means, can you explain that,
So
please?
what I do is I link between when a patient or when someone had an injury, he finished his doctor appointment. So what happens is that this doctor will bring him to a physio. And then after that, this is let's say, a thin line of very sensitive, practical, strategized training that should be applied because they're going to get back to the training or go to the same loop again. So I'm the guy that's not going to let them...
Habibi, where were you in 2006?
Oh, yeah.
When I left my doctor, so I was with the doctor. He did a great job on my knee. This was the second surgery that I had.
Yeah.
But then I really struggled with rehab. So where were you?
This is something that's very common, by the way. So many people have suffered and repeated the same cycle.
They never recover. They have like an ACL injury, for example.
Yeah.
Like me. They go through the pain of the surgery is really painful. ACL. We'll talk about ACL a lot because a lot of people ask. I've done my ACL twice. And the second time, my surgeon, which is a world-class surgeon, said, hey, be happy that you're walking. So don't go play football or do skiing or tennis. And I said, hey, like, these are my favorite things. Said, no, like, be happy that you're able to function. So you go through the pain of ACL, reconstructive surgery, which is very painful. You wake up with pain, you cannot move your legs. And from that point, immediately they tell you that you need to work on mobility to get your full range of motion back.
Of course.
And to work on the muscles that we don't want to lose.
Around it, yeah.
And then there is like at least 9-10 months of rehab. I worked so hard, but in those 10 months, I did not properly recover, which led to years of not just physical pain, but maybe depression, because football was everything to me. So first of all, my question is, where were you in 2007 when I needed you? How old were you in 2007?
So now I'm 25. If we want to go back to 2007,
You were 8.
I was 8 years old. Yeah.
I'm happy you didn't work on my knee back then. No, but honestly, something that I really like about how we operate, like my organization, is that we work with very young people.
No, yeah.
And that's brilliant. Like, obviously you're 25, but you're very experienced, you're educated. But I have like 15, 16 years. I have lean number 7, who's not yet 14, working for the club. So that's amazing. So someone gets an injury, they go to a physiotherapist immediately, and then with you.
Yeah.
What are the things that you have to do to make sure that this athlete, this young footballer, let's say a 14-year-old boy, is ready to go back and play football?
Okay, this is a very nice question. Now, before I start with everything related to the practical stuff, which we're going to dive in, of course, we're going to speak about it a lot. I would like to speak about one very important thing, which you did mention before, and it is the stages when you get injured and what are the phases that you get into, right? Unfortunately, so many people who are not aware of when the injury happens, they get to 4 stages, right? The first one is the fact of the denial. What happened to them? Then they cannot believe what happened, right? Then they go through anger, depression, and then they go for the fact that they agree, and now they're ready to settle and to put the work and the effort, right? Some people get stuck into the 2 stages, the second and the third one, which is the depression and the anger. And this is what holds them back, and this is what limits their brains to be confident enough to do what they have to do as tasks and exercises, which we did experience it a lot at some point, right? Not believing that they can do because they forgot that they can do this movement. This is the first thing that I have to address when I come to them.
So mentally, you need to prepare them.
100%. Which in every...
Before you go to any movements.
Of course.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, assessments. We do tests, we do assessments, we speak to the physio, we get everything, right? And then we start little by little. But then I have to show them without them noticing, which I try to trick the brain a bit. I try to do my things, right? Do some things without them noticing. Let's say, for example, increasing a bit of weight or resistance without them noticing. Even though if they look at it, they'll be like, no way I've done that.
Yeah.
And it has happened a lot, right? And then within time, we start progressing. Of course, there is a strategy that I work on. It's like you stabilize, you mobilize, you strengthen. It's very simple, it's very easy. If it's done with progressively, of course, first of all, and consistently.
What do you think about Neymar's rehab styles?
Wow.
And it's not once, yeah?
Yeah.
I showed you the videos, right?
We saw it together when we were at the gym, and you asked me about it when they were just holding his leg and just pushing it. Wow, that's brutal. I cannot say anything about it.
No,
because
you can. You can. That's the Kevin.
That's
that's
the
the beauty of us. You know, like yes, you can, because you're not sponsored by Puma, and Neymar is not my cousin. But the thing is, I love Neymar.
Yeah.
Neymar, I like every time he gets injured, it breaks my heart. You know, because this guy should have won a Ballon d'Or. So what we say is we are not criticizing Neymar. Neymar is an athlete. There is a team that from the club, from a federation that looks after him. So it's not even Neymar's fault.
True.
So we are somehow showing empathy towards Neymar. So, and it's not just you or me, because I have done 4 knee surgeries until now. I've done 4 knee surgeries on my left knee. And because I'm a very obsessive person, I've gone and studied, and I've lived with knee injuries for 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm not a professional, but again, and you are a rehab professional. So if you and me don't talk about that, kids who watch this and have ACL injuries, they either expect their physio to do that or they do something crazy. What do you think about?
Okay, so I've done my research. Some people say, or doctors.
I'm sorry, Kevin, Habibi.
It's always
Habibi,
based
you
on
know,
research.
people don't know this.
Yeah.
I've seen you more than my kids for 1.5 years. And I swear I'm not exaggerating.
True,
every goddamn day,
100%.
5 to 6 times a week,
Yeah.
you had to take me. Don't.
Yeah, I cannot.
So please don't be nice. Like, don't be nice today.
Okay.
Please, I beg you.
I'm not. Okay.
Habibi, please don't be nice.
Yeah.
It's not like you're not trying to give credit to anybody. What do you think about those guys pushing Neymar's knee to get full range of motion? Like, is this the only way that an athlete is supposed to get full range of motion? And I understand their intention is nice. They want to make sure it happens quickly.
Yeah.
But is that the way to do it?
Unfortunately, there's a lot of money that they have been putting as club on a player.
Mm-hmm.
So they want it to be back as soon as possible. So there's something on the side, right?
Okay, that's
Perfect.
nice. Yeah.
I would say something really important, which is if you're an athlete and you know that you're gonna get kicked in the face by someone else and get injured, you will not go to the pitch. Same thing goes with the player. So Neymar have went through this pain. Don't tell me that Neymar is going to be motivated again to do it again, even though he have to do it for the money or whatever. So there are easier ways. There are simpler strategies. Very, very simple. I'm going to say it right now. You cannot have a full bend on your knee. Go for a big, high, like a higher step or a higher box. Stand in front of it. Sit on it. Stand up. You can do that. You're comfortable with your knee. Lower it down a bit. Do it again. To the point where you get the full range of motion. It's that easy.
So again, like something that I've been talking about over the last few years is like false beliefs.
Oh yeah.
And unfortunately, because of 2024, social media, Instagram, everybody's reference instead of Google, I'm sure you've seen it. There is a photo of a guy with a T-shirt that says, "I don't need Google. My wife knows everything." So that is not the case anymore. It's now, Habibi, Instagram. I'll go on Instagram. Yeah. Everything is there. Oh, there is a guy that is a rehab professionals. And to be fair, a lot of wow content, especially with rehab. I've seen a lot of ladies that know their stuff. But there are a lot of stupid stuff that happens and people see it. So we have no problem talking about them. You know, I've been sued a couple of times, which makes it even better. Believe it or not, I already have them printed and framed in my office. It's nice. And when I have guests, they're like, "Wow, are you okay?" Like, like, yeah, it's nice. It shows that if you make big people, big organizations, big brands upset to a point that they have to go and sue you, or in two more cases, send you a legal notice through their fancy lawyers in Chicago. I can go even more details, but then that's another lawsuit.
True.
It means that you're touching on right point. So there is no problem. And that is why I wanted you to be on this show, because for 1.5 years, when we were working together between the sets, we were talking about these things, and there are a lot of gold stuff. Kevin, one of the things that as a football coach, I see every day is injuries. I see, especially when when they get to the age of 15, 16, you see it more because of obviously the growth spurt and everything. With girls, it's a bit earlier. Why do players, especially at a young age, get a lot of injuries, particularly injuries that are related to hamstring, calves, and even like I see a lot of, which is crazy, a lot of shoulder injuries.
Shoulder injuries.
You know, from falling, obviously.
Yeah.
So if you can, like, from your perspective, why do young people, young footballers, young basketballists, whatever it is, get injured a lot? What's the root of it?
When you're young, you have a very fast growth on your joints, your muscles, your bones, right? And it has been shown on studies, the more you put effort on your body, and especially when you put more effort than your body even can take it, there is this road of injury, it can be shown straight away, unfortunately, because the body is not prepared yet for this specific intensity at this specific age. So there is lack of, let's say, strength and conditioning preparation, which is working on your joints, strengthening them, working on some explosive movements, working on the fact of having this interaction with people, knowing how to land. So sometimes players, unfortunately, because of some clubs just wants the money, bring your kids. We're just going to train them football, right? So this is something that everyone would focus on. Yeah, but it's more important for the kids to be prepared privately, not just on the pitch, privately while working on everything that's essential, building a strong foundation, and then going out and knowing what to expect. They're going for a header. They're trying to head. There's someone that's maybe bigger, taller than them. They push them. They know how to land because they have been preparing themselves on other sessions on the side. Football players spend more time, if I'm not wrong, please correct me, you're the expert. They spend more time on the fact of strength and conditioning and recovery than on the pitch, which they Obviously, they work very hard, but if you'd like to tell me more about this fact, because I just see the side of them getting prepared, having these bands pulling them backwards, right? Just tension, 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 isometric hold, stuff that will challenge the body and that will let it adapt. And this is something that's lacking with young people, especially these days.
We've added a full-time strengthening and conditioning coach. And that was mainly to help with what you're saying. Because what happens these days is you have players who are training 4 or 5 times. If they have a match, sometimes they play 5 football sessions a week.
Wow. Yeah.
And because we don't have control of what they do outside the pitch. So let's say, and I've seen this a lot, and it happens all the time, wherever it happens, even if it's in US, in India, this is not limited to location. Young players don't listen. In fact, older players even don't listen.
Yeah.
We've seen players professional players smoking or drinking a beer or ending up at the nightclub, or there are more cases that I can say. So the younger players, because they're young, which is completely understandable, they don't fully listen. So if they have a 90-minute session, which is intense, and they go home and they get home at, let's say, 9:30, we tell them to, hey, the first thing you do before you take your shower is eat.
Oh, yeah.
A meal that has enough protein, enough carbs, everything that you know better than me, before you take your shower. But I know for a fact that most of them either, and this is really sad, they either go home, eat a snack or something, take a shower and sleep, or there are cases that's even worse than that. The moment they finish from the training sessions, they get in their mom or dad's car or in taxi and they stop at the first petrol station.
Thank you.
You wanted to say it probably.
Yeah.
They stop at the first McDonald's, first Burger King, first KFC. They have a meal. They think they are too smart because, hey, I did not have the fries. Congrats, you. I have nothing to tell you. So when you do that, and after a session that your muscle is damaged, and of course, I'm just repeating the things that you've been telling me. You've damaged your muscles. So that muscle is begging you for nutrition. Like, hey, give me something properly so I can rebuild. Take care of me so tomorrow when I have another session, I can function for you. And then tomorrow, guess what? It's a repeat of the day before. And the day after is the repeat. So you have an accumulation of fatigue.
Which it would lead to?
Sunday's game.
Yeah.
Sunday's game, you turn up at, you have a game at 9 a.m. The night before that, you have not slept.
Yeah.
You have not had proper food. So you wake up. If you listen to Mehran Rowshan, you had a banana, if I'm lucky. You turn up. After 10 minutes, coach, I feel my hamstring. Dude, how old are you? I'm 13. Kevin, I swear, they might laugh. I did not know what hamstring was until I was 18. And I used to play at a decent level until I was 14. So one of the reasons that players get injured is not because they don't do strength and conditioning only. That is definitely there. It's because you don't do the extra stuff. Okay, your club doesn't do it. You don't know how to do it. You're lazy. You just want to play football. I get it. But the stuff that should be guaranteed, like a high protein meal after a workout.
Which is essential.
Which
for an athlete.
If you're serious, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And again, I really love the fact that you mention an athlete, because this podcast is for the young people, for anybody that wants to be an athlete. So if you want to be an athlete, let's call you an athlete from now.
Yeah.
Let's have a Ronaldo mindset. Now Messi fans will go crazy. I swear I'm a Messi fans first. But let's have a Ronaldo mindset that your body comes first. You will get your food. You will get your 8, 9, 10 hours of sleep. You will get your sunlight. You will take care of that body. Have you seen Ronaldo's body?
Wow.
I know you're. Do you remember the first thing that you told me first time we met?
Yeah.
What was it? You said, Coach,
I shook your hand.
Yeah.
I looked you dead in the eyes, and I was like, "Are you a Ronaldo fan?"
Yeah.
No, I
No,
said
that's not what you said.
Yeah, Ronaldo or Messi.
No, you
No?
said, Coach,
Oh, Ronaldo is the
good to
best.
see you. Ronaldo is the best.
Yes.
No, Ronaldo is the GOAT.
Yeah, Ronaldo is the GOAT. That's what
So,
I said. Yeah.
Every single fitness trainer that I've seen, every bodybuilder. Last week I was talking to Ahmad, a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Same thing. He's a fan of Ronaldo. So even with me, like football-wise, come on, like Messi, different planet. It's not even fair on Ronaldo to compare. It's different. But you look at Ronaldo's lifestyle and how he takes care of himself. And I'm not just saying Ronaldo for people to say, oh, Ronaldo. I'm just highlighting the fact that you don't want to get injured. Be like Ronaldo. Kevin, if Ronaldo did not take care of his body, if he got 2 or 3 bad injuries, no way. He scored 10 goals. He has scored, a couple of 100 goals after turning 37. So everything that we discuss here should help those athletes that at least try to have an athlete's mind, so that they would listen to Kevin, they would listen to Mehran Rowshan, they would look at Ronaldo. They would definitely not look at Messi when it comes to taking care of your body, because Messi doesn't need to take care of his body.
True.
Messi does not need to take care of his body, because Messi's strongest muscle is his brain. And now some people who are stupid would say, oh, but the brain is not muscle. Understand, it's a metaphor,
Yeah.
So going back to that, part of it is lifestyle. Part of it, as you said, is strengthening and conditioning. So it's not just one thing, right? Because like I said, a lot of players who say, Coach, I'm unlucky with injuries.
Why?
I get injured all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of my teammates used to say that about me, that you were so unlucky that you got injured. I'm like, the first time, yes, because the first time our striker did not turn up. So I used to play everywhere.
Okay.
I was a center mid. I was a number 8. I was wearing number 7, but number 8. Number 8 role in the middle.
Yeah.
So the coach said, hey, you have to play up front. I'm like, let's do this. So long ball, I jump to bring the ball down. So with my right foot, I touch the ball. With my left foot, when I landed in the wrong area. There was a small hole.
Ooh.
So that's where I did my ACL. That I was unlucky. But you can't say I'm lucky if you get hamstring injuries all the time. You remember when I did the first time that you worked on my hamstring, on my left hamstring, when I could not even bring without any resistance, I could not do that.
True.
So if that's you, and you get hamstring injuries, you say it. What's the problem there? Is it luck, or is it not putting in the work?
It is about sacrifices.
Mm.
It's about what you put in and then what you get out of. So, as we say, everything have a price. If we want to speak about top athletes, Ronaldo, Messi, we all see the wins, we all see the goals, we all see everything that's beautiful, right? But we don't see what they were doing before that. How many fails? How many times did they shoot and not scored, right? Same thing with us. Like, a hamstring, if I want to speak about it anatomically, it's going to be something very boring to speak about.
No, practically, someone that gets hamstring injuries all the time. Let's name that person.
Okay.
Can you name him? It's a boy. He's 15.
A boy is 15.
Just name someone.
Anyone?
What would you name your son?
I did not discuss this yet. Come on.
No,
Why do you have
if
to
it's
speak?
a boy, it's your call.
What?
Come on.
I'm too young. Okay. Let's say if his name is Charles.
Kevin, I have one suggestion for you.
I'm really
If you ever have kids, don't name them. Okay, Charles.
Yeah.
Charles, what the hell? The only Charles I know is I know two Charleses. One is my neighbor's dog, and the other one is the King of England.
Yeah, the King of England.
So Charles gets a lot of injuries on
Yeah.
his hamstring.
Yeah.
What does he do to get out of this bad luck?
So first of all, Charles have to see where is the weak area. The body is very smart. It compensates, which means if there's an area that's very weak or does not work, other areas or other muscles will work for it.
Compensation.
Compensation,
Okay.
that's the right word. So when it compensates, this is where it gets to the point where they start having this pressure, constant pressure. Now, for how long is it going to stay compensating? To the point where it's going to get inflammation. And then the muscle that should take the action, it just turns off. So then when it has to take control, let's say there's a, I don't know, like someone have gave you like a long pass and it's going up and you jumped as your case, but you're trying to reach it and your hamstring is not ready for this. Bam, it snaps, right? So then what you have to do is you have to first release all the tight muscles. So usually what happens in the body, which is most cases, especially when they're young, not to complicate things, the quadriceps will be super dominant, right? So then what they do, they can do it at home. Try it, assess it to yourself. Get the foam roller, just lie down on your stomach, put the foam roller on your quad and start foam rolling it and find the right spot, tight spot, right? So after releasing everything, this is where they have to start working on their hamstrings. Now, usually when we think about hamstring movement, they're gonna go to the gym, go to this machine, which is wrong, false, don't do that, don't do that. You can just start lying down on your stomach and fix your pelvic in a way where it's gonna show on the video that I'm gonna do, and just flex your hamstring all the way back, feel every single fiber of this hamstring, and then go back. And then you can start apply pressure with resistant bands, and then you can start doing it body weight. And then you start progressing to the point where you have bulletproof hamstrings. And this is where say goodbye to hamstring torns, or say goodbye to hamstring injuries, or a very strong
And
contraction
all they
that
need
happens.
is what, resistant bands?
They just need themselves. They
They
need
don't,
for
they
them
don't
to be,
even need the...
honestly, can I tell you something? They just need the right mindset so they can be patient enough to start doing what is right for them to do.
So now going from, I like how this conversation is moving forwards. Everything is linked. Lower body.
Oh, that's a problem.
Oh my God, Kevin.
That's a problem.
Like you've seen my bad side, where I look at people's calves and quads at the gym, and we are like, dude, like, do you realize that you also have lower body? So I have questions for you, and please, I request you, don't be nice. Just otherwise I have to say it, and then I've said enough. Why are people who go to the gym are so motivated to build everything that is here, but when you look down, the majority of people, it's underdeveloped. It's like chicken legs. Why is it?
We go hard truth.
Like you give it to them.
Okay, for everyone who's listening and
Because
watching.
Kev, exactly.
Yeah.
Remember, if you're nice, oh, I'm sure they have their reasons. No.
Yeah.
Someone's watching that is going to gym, and is copying everybody else.
True.
So like, please, like, say, like, because I know the word.
Yeah.
What's happening with people that all they do is upper body, chest, bicep, triceps, shoulders. If they want to push it, abs and like, back muscles. Like, what is it?
Unfortunately, there has been a trend. It has been maybe 10 years ago going on. And these men that want to build fast results with their upper body, they cannot be patient enough. So what they do is they claim that everything's natural, but they'll be taking some kind of...
Say it, no problem.
They'll be taking steroids,
Okay.
which is very fast to build the upper body because of testosterone and everything. But then, even though they work on the lower body with this short period of time, they're not going to get the results. So when you see someone, please, when you see someone that's jacked from the top, big muscle mass, everything perfect, big deltoid, big shoulders and everything, and then you look at the legs, or if they wear...
Don't say it. Say it. Okay, say it.
if they don't wear shorts the whole year,
Okay, that's a sign.
even if it's 45 degrees
That's a
outside, that's a
sign.
big sign. So just so you know, don't compare yourself to them. Don't sabotage yourself. That's very important. Yeah, that's first. Second, the lower body plays a huge role in the full body development. Even it pushes the upper body in a way that, like, you will never know how important it is until you start trying it. And there's a question for all the audience that's listening. Have you ever liked to do something that you're not good at? Because let's say it. We all like to have a biceps. We all like to have a big chest, right? But when you have weak legs, you're going to be the one who's skipping it every single time. And it's going to accumulate to a point where it's going to show the not appropriate shape, right? It's not going to show that it's proportional. So, yes, the first time it's going to be not nice. But then after 6 months, you're going to thank yourself and you're not going to regret what you've done.
Okay, since you're nice and I don't know what to do with you.
I was nice.
I don't know what to do with you. You don't want to say it. We don't want to judge.
Yeah.
You know, even though sometimes I do. Because now, so sometimes in the gym we can judge. I judge, like, look at him. Like, dude, I see you 5 times a week. I've not seen you on the leg extension once.
True.
You know, that is easy to judge because it's so obvious that you want to do that. But we're talking to maybe millions of people, so everybody's different. Maybe somebody has an injury.
True.
Maybe somebody is depressed, as you said, like me. You know, like me, I did not want to do anything in my lower body because, first of all, my left hamstring was gone. And then I didn't want to even think about it. We don't want to generalize, but I would say, and I have no problem saying it, the majority of people who have chicken legs are lazy. Because, Kevin, it's difficult to work on your lower body.
True.
Like you remember, I struggled, but then it got to a point that I told you, Kevin, I literally enjoy the lower body more than the upper body because I can see results. I can see my muscles coming back, you know.
This is the beauty of the process.
And then next day, I'm coming to you like, how is it? I'm like, I can't move my body. You're like,
yes.
Yes. And then I would say, Kevin, and I say, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So a lot of people are lazy. And as you said, you can hide your lower body by wearing trousers or jeans or whatever, you know. But again, the role of having strong muscles in your life, not just looking good, you know, not just, yeah, you know what, I look good. The fact that the more muscles you have in your lower body, the better the quality of your life when you're 70, 80, 90. The majority of people, when they break their hip from the age of 70 and above, the majority of people do not last more than few years. So it's as if you press the button that say from now on it's a timer to you dying because they do not have enough muscles. And of course, you know better that having more muscles means that you have a more dense
bones, right?
You know, like, so your bones, there is more density. So everything is connected. And the reason that I talk like this is because maybe somebody's like, whoa, you know, and obviously the role of testosterone in your body, the more you work on your quads, the more testosterone you have. Like, these are like science. This is not Mehran Rowshan just saying, you know. So we used to train 6 times a week.
Oh, yeah.
Only on Sundays we were off. And then we got to a point that you said, let's change your program. Let's do, instead of 6, 4. So we used to do Mondays upper body, Tuesday lower body and mobility.
That was on the 6 days?
That was on the 4 days.
Yeah, on the 6 days, just can you tell the audience what was...
6 days we started with rehab. Everything was rehab.
It was just rehab.
Because what, again, like, we'll get there. We'll get to a point of why you need a trainer.
Yeah.
But like, so my knee messed up, my shoulder, like I could not lift anything. Yeah. Why? I went to the doctor. Doc, I can't do this. Oh, get a CT scan.
Okay.
Let's go to CT scan. So you expose yourself to radiation.
First stage, of course.
And money.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, nothing is showing. Have collagen. Have these
medications.
Cream.
Yeah.
After a month, come and see me. After a month, Oh,
Same.
get an MRI. More radiation for the body, more money gone. No, it looks fine, but you know what? Take these pills. Another month gone. Go back. What is it? Oh, it's the same thing. So you know what? Let's inject cortisol, which is you should not do it. But I listen to the doctor, so the doctor injects cortisol. After a month, how is it?
Still.
So even when I was sitting in my car,
Yeah.
if I wanted to take something from the back seat,
Oh, this is the worst thing ever. Yeah.
so I went to him and said, no, you have a problem. Go see a specialist. He said the specialist name, and I gave up. But then later on, so I could not do lower body, I could not do upper body, right? And I looked like shit in the mirror. So it got to a point that I realized that, oh, you got injured in the gym 2 years ago. So instead of doing this, you did that. And this got damaged. So then, God knows, for 1 year I could not do upper body. So when I got to Ray before you, the job was to fix that. The job was to, I had hinge.
Primary goal,
You
right?
know, like,
Yeah.
and when Ray told me that you have to work on mobility, I'm like, no, I want to build muscles. That's what everybody says.
True.
But then I have to be educated. A coach that has studied physiology needs to be educated by the specials, you and Ray, that, hey, chill. You want a long-lasting improvement in the quality of your life, you need to fix everything. Do mobility, and we'll put all the videos that we have over there so people can see. So when we started, it was rehab every single day.
Yeah.
Then we got to a point that because you wanted to give me some cookies,
Which was needed.
it was cookies, you know, hey, please come, don't quit. We were doing one upper body a week, one lower body,
Oh, yes.
and then we had 4 or 3 rehab. But then we ended up with no rehab. So now I'm not even training with you. I'm on my own. But that's the result of 1.5 years of killing myself. People don't see that.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm saying these things is because everybody thinks they know until they see something else. That, oh, it's the opposite of what I believed. So getting to what I want to say, why is it important for a 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old boy or girl not to go to gym to do weights on their own without supervision or a plan? Because I encourage everyone to go to the gym. I encourage 7-year-olds to go to the gym.
Yeah.
You know, like as a mindset, go there in the environment, do squats, do push-ups, do pull-ups, you know. But why is it so dangerous for people that have no knowledge to go and suddenly go on the leg extension machine?
It's very dangerous when we are at an age where you have access to everything through your device, and you can see everything that you like, right? The things that you're not gonna like, you're not gonna go for a long time. So the algorithm will not show you it anymore, which is, everyone knows it, right? So then when you see the things that you like, and then you be like, okay, I want to be like this guy. I want to go and test it. I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do what I have to do because this guy have said it, and he have millions of whatever credibility, right?
And he also has a course.
Yes, and he has a really good body, so I should trust him. Perfect. And you do it. I've seen, and this is very strange. And I was like, when I first came here in Dubai, I've seen kids who trains, killing themselves, doing things, they're feeling that I'm working really hard. That's amazing. When I come to approach them as very smoothly, professionally, smiling at them, being like, hey, I work here and I would like to give you an advice and this and that, they don't want to listen. This is how much influence, it's good to be influenced. It's good to be motivated to do the first step, but it's good as well to know what you're doing, right? So, yeah. So if that's the case, you're going to pay the price of injury as a young athlete who have so much potential, because if you just have some guidance, what will happen? I'm not going to speak about myself, but majorly this is what happens. We're going to assess you. We're going to give you everything that's needed for you in your specific stage, and we're going to progress you to more things that you can be able to do, to the point when you don't even need anyone to tell you anything because you know it. The same case as you've done. What we've done together, we gave you what you had, we assessed it. You know what you had to do, you've done it. Now you don't need me anymore. You're doing what you want to do on your own, and you're progressing and you're happy.
But, say it, but you still supervise.
Of course.
Every day I share with you.
We still
So
track.
still there is guidance.
There is still guidance.
Yeah.
But the thing is, coaches should listen to this. And if you're training with a coach, you should be 100% sure that this coach is giving you something so you can progress and move along, not to be stuck with him all the time. This is something that people are afraid, and I totally understand that.
So the coach, so let me rephrase what you're saying.
Yes, please.
So the coach's job is not just to show you that do this, do that, is to educate you,
Yes.
to prepare you so that you get to a point that you don't necessarily need him. And I say it in a very, so take what I say as a compliment. So when I decided not to train with you anymore, it was for a few reasons. The main one was I could not manage my time anymore because I have so much overload of time.
Yeah.
And when I commit to you that every day at 10 I see you, it got to a point that it was affecting my day. So I said, Kev, like I can't do this anymore. And I know you can't come to me. And there is a gym next to my house. So let's find a way so I can still work out. So I had a big concern. But when I started, I'm like, okay, I can do this. And that is the opposite of what most people think. It's not like, oh, so what were you doing with Kevin? You can do it yourself. I can now do it comfortably because of Kevin, because he has done a great job educating me of everything, underload, overload, recovery, everything that I don't want to say, that you somehow prepared me. And that is the job of a coach. Even in football, this is what we say. A job of the coach is not to tell you what to do. A lot of parents, not in Dubai, everywhere, love the coach that just talks from the sideline. And I get the feedback, you guys don't talk to the players all the time, but that club had 5 coaches who were talking. They don't understand that what we do is right, what they do is wrong. Vice versa. I don't talk about my club. I'm talking a lot of clubs in Dubai, the same thing. Yeah. So the job of the coach is to prepare. That's it. And like honestly, what you said is really nice because I wanted to touch on that. A lot of people cannot afford a trainer. But a lot of people, when they go to gym, you can see a trainer.
Of course.
So what you say is really sad. You offered help. Someone is like, no, thank you. Or maybe they say, yes, thank you, but they still do the same thing. They are being polite. I said in the other podcast with Emad, if you cannot afford a trainer in the gym, find a trainer, go to them and say, hey, I need to work on this muscle. What should I do? Or am I doing this right? And I guarantee you, every single one of them will help you.
They're gonna
because
be more
that's
than
the
happy.
nature of a coach, you
True.
know? Or if you don't see a coach, look at someone that you can see that, oh, this guy, look at his body. I've seen him every day. It's obvious that he knows. Someone older who can give you that guidance, because without guidance, you can get injured. And this is what we see with a lot of kids. I went to gym, and Kevin, I swear, most of them is this. Again, we call it as coaches top-down guidance. So we are there for you to help you. But you don't necessarily need to have a dedicated trainer. And honestly, there are great people online. One of them is you, obviously. I know you don't have content yet. You're killing me.
We're trying.
You're trying, but hopefully by the time that we post this. But there are a lot of top people like Kevin who can guide you for free. Don't go and buy anything. The top people, and you can confirm this, the top people give it to you for free.
True.
You know, so don't hit the gym just like that. Kevin, another question. You know that I'm working on a protein bar that will be out, God knows, in 5 million years.
Yeah.
But it's a formulation. I want it to be the healthiest in the market.
Okay.
I usually tell parents that, hey, even if your son is 7, he still needs protein.
True.
But now I want to because this video is not about me, I want to talk about a few things that people ask. As a 16-year-old boy or girl that goes to the gym, do you have to, at all cost, take a protein shake immediately after your training?
No.
Thank you. Can you explain?
Okay, so the thing about protein shakes, we are living in it's a multi-billion-dollar industry where it shows everything that's so healthy, unfortunately. Now, it's amazing that what you mentioned specifically is that you're trying, which you're making, of course, a protein bar that is healthier, with healthier, less processed.
Healthier, exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
with less processed
Yeah.
stuff. Because let's be very honest, if you hold a protein powder jar, try to read what's inside it. And if you can understand 30% of it, I'm gonna take my hands off and tell you, just take it. Most of the things that are inside these stuff, I just don't know what's inside of it. What do they put in it? Now, is it bad? Is it bad? Is it good? It's not something that I have to say. I don't want to be sued. But you can get all the nutrients if you eat a balanced diet. So as you said, you come back from your training, have a full meal of, you want to have steak, salmon, eggs, whatever it is, have a full meal rather than going to eat trash. You could not, and that is an option where you'd like to have more protein. I'll have a bar in my backpack, take it off, 10, 15 grams of protein. Why not? It's good. Fair enough. It's not wrong. But depending on it, this is where it starts to be wrong.
So again, like a problem that most people have is they read something from a book, they see something from a video, and they copy it, which is completely wrong. Protein shake, a protein bar, has a time and place. So this is what I always tell people. If you have a session, if it's a football session, if it's a session at the gym, if you've been playing paddle, whatever, if it's something that your body has been under stress, you need protein after that. But if you can get to a healthy meal after your workout, fantastic.
Wow.
As you said.
Yeah.
Because you know what you're eating. It's not all the ingredients, preservatives. But most of the time, if you go to the gym at 10 a.m. and you finish at 11:30, you're not having lunch. So in that case, as you said, it makes sense to have a protein bar or a protein shake. But what's happening now, the way that the industry is
promoting, marketing,
you have
showing.
to.
Wow.
You have to. This has more protein. This has less sugar. This has no flavor, whatever those things. So I'm really glad you say that. Because we don't have time. This went too quick. I have to ask a few more questions. Then we have to close the chapter.
Wow. Okay. That was fast.
What is one supplement that you would recommend anyone, regardless of their background? However, I have to say that if you have a medical condition, this doesn't apply to you. So talk to your doctor. What is that one supplement that you recommend everyone to take?
Okay. I'm gonna be very honest,
Thank
as
you.
I am always honest.
Too honest.
Too honest. Okay. You can take supplements, you cannot. To answer your question, there's a supplement that has been studied for decades, and it has been the most researched supplement in the market, most trusted supplement in the market for athletes or people who are going to the gym, taking it in. Of course, there is a specific amount that has to be taken, and of course, there has to be some supervision for professional doctor, whoever you can consult, which is creatine monohydrate. Very good supplement. I understand that parents are afraid of it because they think it's a drug, which I understand.
No, you know what's nice?
Wow.
I recorded a fitness podcast last week with someone that you don't even know.
Yeah.
And I asked him the same question, and he gave the same answer. And it's what's nice is that even my mom is taking creatine every day, 5
Nice.
grams, because like what people don't understand is, first of all, it's been studied enough, as you said, so there is enough data, and also it's not just limited for your physical function. Even for your cognitive function, for the brain.
Wow.
So I'm really glad you say that. What is the biggest fitness myth? Oh, wait. I brought you to this podcast just to ask you this.
Yeah.
Because every goddamn time that I posted a story of me lifting heavy weights,
Yeah.
I got this stupid comment from people that don't understand fitness that instead of lifting a heavy weight,
Yeah.
pick a lighter weight, but do more reps. Is that how you build muscles?
I think these people, they haven't been seeing you when you were lifting up 5 and 7.5 kgs on
No,
chest
it's
press.
not personal, but is it right that you should do, it's better to lift lighter weights with more reps instead of pushing yourself with the weights?
Okay. To be very clear, it is not about the weight. So if the weight is not there, or if the weight is there, it's about one specific word. You can research it, of course. Progressive overload. If it's done in every single session in any way possible, you're tearing muscle tissues. Of course, under the condition of coming back home, having the meal, sleeping well, hydrating, everything so you can recover. Because if you don't recover, you're not going to build any muscle, despite the weight.
So because we have young people listening,
Yeah.
I'll simplify what you just said.
Yeah.
What Kevin means is that you need to add more resistance. So, for example, today I did dumbbell bench press, right? I did 4 sets.
Yeah.
So one scenario is picking 10 kg each and doing 10 reps, right?
Yeah.
But the scenario that you and the professionals say is like, hey, pick 10, do 10. Okay, fair enough. But next time, pick 14 and do 8 because there is more resistance. So this is what... And it bothers me because sometimes the comments come from people that are actually trainers. You know, bro, instead of lifting that 26 kg weight, pick 18, you know, and do it right. So that's one. What is the biggest health, not just fitness, myth that you know? What is that one thing that's so wrong that majority of people believe in?
The more you train, the better the results.
Explain.
That's it. Like, honestly, like, around 70% of young athletes, I've done my research, I've took my certifications on this, and when I knew it, I was like, it was fascinating. 70% of these athletes who overtrain leads to burnout and to injuries, and they stop doing the sports that they were doing, even though they were good at it. Because they put too much effort on the training. As you said, they don't recover, they don't sleep well, they come back at home, they scroll at their phones, they don't have their meal, they have whatever, and then their body is just shutting down more and more, and there's more tension to the point
so
where...
more is not always better.
Yes.
So instead of training more, train better.
Train less. If you want to keep it at the same lifestyle, train less, try to improve your lifestyle, then start training more.
You know, we say that in football as well. So I have people saying, why don't we train 5 times a week? And I tell them, instead of training more, train better.
Yeah.
What time do you sleep?
9
Say
p.m.
it. 9 p.m. How
9
old
p.m.
are you?
25.
What time do you wake up?
5 a.m. 4:45.
So you get your 8 hours. And you know, obviously I know this because I've almost lived with you for 1.5 years. And that's, I envy you. And that's, wow, I really hope whoever watches this, even if it's a 11-year-old girl, they pay attention to their sleep. Because with me, you know, I struggled with my sleep over the last couple of years. If there is a day that I'm very energetic, it's because I've slept well the night before that. And I can see that in my life.
Yeah.
Kevin, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mehran.
It was a very, like, you know, the conversation is great when it goes like that.
Oh, yes, for sure.
I know you prepared. I've seen your preparation, which was great, but we threw that in the bin because the natural is much better. We talked about so many things. All the best on your adventure.
Thank you so much.
I'm very excited to see you climb the mountain of success. And hopefully we'll have you here again.
I will do that for sure. Thank you
you.
for having me. It's
Thank
been an
you,
honor.
Kev.
Thank you.
Thank you.